Have a cloudy day. We're welcoming in Friday. It's the 27th of the month and 2026. Still cleaning up from some of the storms from late yesterday. And I know we've had some areas that were hit kind of hard with what the National Weather Service is saying was a confirmed tornado. Pinson and Trussville, Center Point are some of the areas with some damage. Highway 11, there was a trailer that flipped. We had about 20 homes damaged in Pinson. No injuries reported. But we got a lot of down trees and power lines and crews out this morning trying to restore power to some of those that lost it. Man, those are some pretty powerful storms that came through yesterday and a lot of rain. Some areas seeing up to 2 inches of rain. But that is all moving out of here. We should have a nice afternoon, a high of around 71. Saturday looking great, sunshine and 74. And Sunday, a few more clouds, but high of 77. And even into Monday and Tuesday, we're looking good with nice weather and temperatures in the low 70s. So all in all, we're looking pretty good.
Not too shabby. I saw no damage on the way to work from my home, which is in the Pinson area. So wherever that was, Tupawingo Road seems to be one that's popping up on the radar a bit here. Looks like that's where most of the stuff took place. I have a friend that lives down a little bit closer to that, and he's texted me yesterday, my poor phone with half a bar and no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
He texts me and says, "Are you getting hail?" And I couldn't even respond because my phone just wouldn't do anything. I was like, oh, I'm dead in the water here. We talked about our problems with the charging yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting here with like 32% power, no way to charge the phone. I'm thinking about, wait, what if I went to the truck? Now, my truck won't do anything unless you actually start it. So it won't charge anything, even though I've got like USB ports and whatnot in there. I would actually have to start the thing. And I'm not going to do that in the garage, which means I have to pull it out into the rain, right?
Yeah, that's
Start
not good.
the truck,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to put the phone on the charging pad and let it sit there. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to do that. If this phone goes dead, it goes dead. That's the way it is. So I was pretty much out of pocket yesterday, and the answer is no. I did not get the kind of hail that he had because later, when the power came back on, a picture came through, and it was bad.
Yes,
Bad.
it looks pretty rough out there.
A good-sized chunks of hail, the kind that damage vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
Another reason not to take your vehicle out of the garage if you can avoid it.
Yeah,
You know?
if you have a garage,
Mhm.
it's,
If
in
you're
those
lucky
kind
enough.
of situations.
If you're one of those lucky people.
Mm.
If you're Mr. First Class, you have a garage. Truck that's got USB ports and everything in it. Yeah. 808 with Dixon and Vining. The Birmingham RV Show is taking place this weekend. This afternoon, I will be out there broadcasting live. Yep, going to be there from 2 to 6 during Leland's show. Stop by and say howdy. Take a look at the massive array of RVs, travel trailers, pull behind shore, but also fifth wheels. And, they've got pop-ups. They have got buses, everything in between. So you're going to find something in your price range. And with the on-the-spot financing and loan approval, you are going to be sure to get exactly what it is you're looking for at a price that you are going to love. They'll actually have the regular price, and then they'll have the show price, and it is frequently thousands and thousands of dollars less for the show price. So you got to take advantage of it today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Don't forget, Spider-Man is going to be there on Saturday and Sunday as well. So you bring the kids along, get a picture taken, all that good stuff. It's the Birmingham RV Show. It only happens once a year. If you want to find out more, you go to rvsupershows.com to find out RV Super Shows, and I will see you there this afternoon.
And now, it's Dixon and Vining's top 3 things you need to know.
Well, it's been a very long time, and it's just amazing that this hasn't gone to court yet, but it's about to. The family of Anaya Blanchard has been waiting for this person accused of murdering her. 36-year-old Ibrahim Yazid, charged with capital murder for more than 6 years ago that this took place. It's believed that he kidnapped Anaya from a gas station down in Auburn. Many of you remember this case, and they believe that she fought back, and that's maybe what led to her shooting. Her body was found in Macon County a month after she was reported missing from Lee County. Yazid was out on bond from a previous crime when the alleged kidnapping happened. And, of course, this led to the passage of Alabama's Anaya law, which now allows judges to hold suspects without bond if they've been arrested for a violent offense. This case, again, underway. The trial starts Monday in Macon County when they try to seek the jury for this case. It's unbelievable. It's been 6.5 years.
It really is. A, justice delayed is justice denied. B, Again, guy never should have been free, never should have been out.
She'd be alive.
This is where
she would be alive.
You know, we're beginning to reach a point where more and more people are agreeing that there should be some accountability for judges. There should be some accountability for judges who allow a person like this to go back out onto the street when they had no business doing so. And, you know, that guy's never going to pay a price for what he did. Not the killer, obviously. I mean, the judge is never going to pay a price because we don't have a system for accountability. Judges are almost godlike in their abilities to just toss out and decide these things and then never get bounced, you know?
Yeah, and I would think with the information that you had in this, you definitely should have hung on to this guy.
Yeah.
Done everything that you possibly can. But again, now Aniah's Law will hopefully make a difference there. And I would just encourage some of these more liberal judges in some of these blue cities, quit doing this. You're costing lives, and you cost Aniah her life. Had this guy been behind bars, there is no question that this woman would be alive. She could have gone into that convenience store / gas station, gotten the snacks that she wanted, checked out, and gotten in her car and went on her way. But instead, this guy just randomly kidnapped her because he felt like it, because he was out, because he's a bad guy. And we'll see where this case goes. But there's a lot of evidence pointing that he is the one that is guilty of committing this crime. And I hope her family gets the closure that they need.
I would like to see him pay the ultimate price. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton yesterday went before the House Oversight Committee to give testimony on what she knows or doesn't know about Jeffrey Epstein. And here is what she said. She said, quote, "I don't recall ever encountering Jeffrey Epstein." So does that mean you never met him? You never shook his hand? You never saw him at a party? It's interesting that Ghislaine Maxwell, his girlfriend, was at Chelsea Clinton's wedding back in 2010. And when asked about that yesterday, she was like, oh, she was a +1. Well, who was the one? Who was
I would think it would be Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
More than likely. And who sent out the wedding invitations? Usually the bride's mother maybe assists with that. Do you think that, the question should have been, was Jeffrey Epstein on your guest list?
There you go.
Instead of allowing her just to say +1.
Yeah.
Dig a little deeper. Was he on your guest list?
Uh-huh. I don't know. First off, I think she probably had somebody do that for her because
Hillary
but doesn't get her hands dirty with anything.
You still, though, if it's Chelsea's wedding, your fingers are on that. Some of what she's doing.
The wedding plans were all on the 30,000 emails that she erased.
Probably so. And Bill Clinton today, going in front of the House Oversight Committee, this will be, man, you talk about somebody squirming in their chair. It will be him today because of the photographs and the information they already have. The plane trips, apparently, that he took to the island with Jeffrey Epstein, they were pretty chummy. Mm-hmm. So good luck with that, Bill, today when you have to answer some of those tough questions.
I'm not wishing him luck. I just want the truth.
You don't want?
I don't think we're going to get it.
He's going to need luck. I
want the truth.
Yeah, that would be nice. And finally, we've got Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin, who is apparently apologizing and trying to explain why some of the major city projects are stalled. They just haven't materialized. He did this in front of a bunch of residents, hundreds of residents, when he was speaking earlier this week about some of the issues. This was at the Batwell Auditorium on, I think it was Tuesday night. But apparently, they can't get some of the private funding they need. Some of their partners that need to, come up with the cash to be able to do some of these projects. There's been a bunch of delays, and that's kind of tough as a mayor when you say, hey, we're going to accomplish A, B, C, D, and E this year and next year, and things aren't really progressing forward. You're having to get in front of a group and say, oh, sorry, we're having a problem here.
That's all part of leadership, trying to pull it together and get these guys to do what they're supposed to do, negotiating with folks and getting them on board, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Woodfin has never really impressed me as a great leader in the city of Birmingham. How he keeps getting elected is a mystery to me, because I don't really see his leadership skills. I see a lot of excuses, and that seems to be what's going on here as well. Coming up with reasons why he made a lot of promises, and suddenly they're not being kept.
Yeah, well, again, people that live in the city of Birmingham, you have choices when these elections roll around. So
it's going to be 3 more years. Three more years before this other one.
Yep.
So
you got to live with this one for a little while longer.
See if maybe somebody can have some cream that rises to the top and make something happen here, because I don't know that Birmingham can withstand another 4 years of do-nothingness. There's just not a lot happening out there. 816 with Dixon and Vining, 545-9950 if you'd like to comment on anything you hear or bring up your own topic. We're certainly open to your thoughts. Videos were relatively new when this song came out. And so this one looks a little cheap in production, but if you get the chance to see it, Martin Briley's The Salt of My Tears. There's some politically incorrect humor in there. It's obviously a breakup taking place, and movers are coming in, and they're actually moving the furniture around Martin Briley while he's playing this on guitar and singing, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then the ex is there as well. She starts flirting with one of the movers. Turns out the movers are a couple. They're both guys. Yeah. Politically incorrect humor. 8:20. Talk 99.5, talk995.com. It's Dixon. It's Vining. It's Friday. There's a lot going on this weekend. You know, we talked yesterday or the other day with Clifton Garrett about the Shelby County Cattlemen's Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
That is taking place tonight and tomorrow. And then we got the boat show that
Happening.
is out, shops at Grand River.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited about that.
Yeah, that's today.
That is today.
Today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Exactly. So, you know, you're not lacking for things to do. If you want to go out and maybe talk to Rodney's Marine about getting one of these boats, you got the Silver Wave, you got the Starcraft, you got the pontoons, you got the Tritoons, all of them with that Suzuki Power. It's got the 5-year warranty on it, and that is a factory direct warranty, not a third-party warranty, which is nice. And, you know, you're going to get something with great low price, in-house financing, low payments. You're going to be surprised at how affordable a boat is. You just have to go actually see them for yourself at the shops at Grand River this weekend.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You know, there's going to be a lot of boats that you can see out there and kind of, you know, cruise through and browse what they've got. I want you to make a real effort to find Rodney and Rodney's Marine and the guys that are there. Just because of the service and because they care. This is a family-run business. Rodney has been on the lake all his life, and you talk about somebody extremely knowledgeable about Starcraft and Silver Wave pontoon-type boats and Suzuki engines. I would, you know, just encourage you to go see him. And again, he's going to be out there this weekend, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Great weather for this, free admission. No charge to park out there. Again, this is the shops at Grand River in Leeds. The Alabama Boat Show is today through Sunday, and you don't want to miss it. And talk to him about getting a boat and then accessorize it with the guys at Rodney's Marine. Anything that you need, they'll take good care of you. Also, they are located out on Lake Logan Martin and Cropwell if you want to go by and see them. 525-1500, and follow them too, rodneysmarine.com.
Yep. So Zoran Mamdani, Kami Mamdani, they call him. And I don't think that's an unfair title. He himself announces that he's a communist, a socialist, that he believes that that's the better form of government, even though he's never lived under it and wouldn't know how to experience such a thing. He went and had a meeting with Donald Trump the other day at the White House. It was, I think they said, an unscheduled meeting. Some of it had to do with the arrest of Elmina Agaveya, an illegal alien from Azerbaijan, whose student visa was terminated in 2016 under the Obama administration for failing to attend classes. So she was just picked up, Columbia University student, or supposedly, no longer on a student visa, in the country illegally, technically.
Mm-hmm.
She was picked up, and Mamdani went and talked to Donald Trump about letting her out. How about you let her go? What do you say, huh? And Trump, who is usually pretty steadfast in these things, was like, sure, why not? Okay, sure. If that's what you really want, Zoran. It's fun to say your name, by the way, Zoran. It's a fun name to say. A lot of people probably mispronounce it, Zoran. But the other thing that he wanted to talk about was low-income federal housing in New York. This is another one of those situations where you just look and you go, okay, so are you going to do anything yourself? Are you going to do any part of this yourself? I mean, you're like, oh, we need to get more housing. Let's get the federal government to pay for it. Why should my tax dollars from Alabama go to pay for federally subsidized housing in New York City? You know, the people of New York City should be a self-contained entity.
No, it absolutely should, with all the money flowing through there.
It's huge.
Yeah.
There's 8 million people there. How in the world is it that you can't sustain and grow with 8 million people there whom you're taxing at every level? I mean, the sales tax there is insane.
Doesn't it feel like he's running to daddy?
It really
I feel
does.
like you're running to daddy to
Yeah.
get, hey, Dad, I need some, can you spot me 100? I need a little help here. He keeps doing this, and Trump keeps helping him.
Well,
And there's going to be a point where Trump says, you know what, Mamdani?
No.
I need a little something from you, and here's what I need.
Uh-huh. Do you think Mamdani will come through, or do you think he's going to? No, I think he's going to stand up and go, we have to stand up and, fight these fascists and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, like they love to do. Trump not turning him down cold is a bit of a shock to me.
It is a shocker.
It should just be like, Zoran, you're going to have to do some of this yourself. I don't know what to do, but you won the election, and that's half the battle. You really are just getting started now. He's not achieving much of anything. He had to get the people from the city to pick up shovels and shovel the snow for him.
And pay him. for
yeah,
that.
paid him.
Uh-huh.
Not the $30 an hour that he thinks should be the minimum wage in New York, but rather 19 and change, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They need 2 forms of ID, by the way. If you're gonna-
Which is beautiful.
No,
It's like,
no.
we don't need it for elections, but we sure need it if you're going to shovel
Gotta have it.
snow.
Yeah.
What?
Is that an unlicensed shovel, sir? What are you doing with that? And then, you got the assault taking place on the police officers, and he comes out, it's just a snowball fight. It's not a big deal.
Mhm.
No,
Oh,
police
yeah.
officers are being assaulted. If it were rocks, would you just go, it's just rocks. It's natural. It's just rocks.
Yeah,
I see
it was
kids throw rocks at
snowballs
each
with
other.
hard ice in it. I
Yeah.
mean, some of it caused damage that they had to go to the hospital.
Hello.
Some of them got injured so badly.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when they do get one guy and they charge him, Alvin Bragg drops the charges. Says,
Sure.
never mind. We're not
Let
gonna
him go.
charge him with it."
Yeah, this guy just got out of jail because he was in for robbery.
Yeah.
The one that threw the snowball.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. Alvin Bragg said, we'll let him go. Okay, great.
I'm looking at what's going on in New York City, and you and I are both in agreement that we will not set foot in that city anytime soon.
I'm not going. No.
I think you could give me a trip to New York, and I'd be like, can I cash this in? Can I just have the money? Could you fly me to Tampa instead?
Well, as long as you're not wearing your pajamas.
I wouldn't wear my pajamas.
No.
I sleep nude.
Or your Crocs.
So that's.
Or your Crocs, for that matter.
I love Crocs. Why wouldn't you want to wear Crocs? Come on, they're gorgeous. They're so attractive. You know what the best color Croc is? Bright orange.
No. I prefer the red.
Oh,
Thank you.
man. I
Yeah, no, you don't want
I
to
don't
fly with
prefer
those.
any of
Listen,
them.
we had somebody text us earlier this morning about how they dress appropriately, because if you got to get on that slide of that plane
Yeah.
or it crashes or something,
Yeah.
you're running around in a pair of high heels or a pair of Crocs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No. You need shoes on your feet.
Oh, yeah. Thomas sent a note about how you should wear something cotton. Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah, don't wear
polyester,
anything-
because you don't want to burn up in it. I hate
Right.
to tell you, if the
Yeah.
fire gets to you at that point, it's over for you.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm just saying.
Remember that plane crash that took place where one guy walked away?
Oh,
One guy. I want to find that guy. I think it was Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. I think that's who it was.
it was like, wow, we've really thought through flying that to the point where we wear cotton clothes. We don't wear anything polyester. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, I mean, that's a serious
Yeah.
passenger right there.
I got news for you. If the plane crashes, I'll be the first to go. Why? I'm in first class. I'm sitting in the front
Going
seat.
down.
I like that front seat right behind the bulkhead because it gives you more leg room and you can just be comfortable and relax. And the only problem is there's no seat in front of you to shove your bag under or something. But you just put it in the overhead bin. You'll be fine.
You're
Don't
the
worry
person
about
with
it.
2 bags there, huh?
I am.
You're the start of that whole problem.
I have 6.
Because it dominoes all the way
6
back. They're
bags.
like, I don't understand the problem. There should be plenty of, places for your bags.
Plenty of
Well,
overhead
Richard
room.
started it in first class.
That's
You
right.
just know that.
No, mostly what you have is like one carry-on and one like computer bag, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to.
Or some people, they
carry.
carry their suitcase. They carry that 20-inch suitcase
I hate those people.
and a backpack.
I don't care for those people.
So the suitcase goes up above,
They're nothing
and then the
but trouble.
backpack needs to go underneath the
Yeah.
seat in
If
front of
there's
you.
a seat in front of you, you can put it there. That's
And
perfect.
that's what I'm saying. You're causing the problem.
And where are you putting your pajamas?
You're
That's
wearing
what I need to
those.
know. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Not in Tampa, you're not.
Maybe instead of bringing your suitcase, wear all the clothes that you have. Just actually
pile
put
them
them on.
on.
Just put them all on you.
Layers of them.
Sure.
Might get a little hot.
Not only that, but you're going to need 2 seats by the time you're done because it's
That's
going to
right.
take
You're
that.
gonna be like-
You're going to have that much space on you.
Michelin Man. Look at that lady. She looks like the Michelin Man.
Hey, didn't I see her living in a trailer in South
Down by
Carolina?
the river.
Uh,
Eating some government cheese.
829 with Dixon and Vining. And your thoughts are always welcome at 545-9950. Iran thinks that they can do an end around on the Trump administration and speak directly to our nation's business people. Like, oh, hey, guys, have we got a deal for you? If you can just talk the president out of bombing us, what do you say? We'll dig into that in just a bit. And the FBI was casting a much larger net under the Biden administration than we were originally led to believe. That story coming up as well. 8:35, Dixon Inviting, Talk 99.5, talk995.com. A beautiful weekend awaits you. You just need to make it through this somewhat grim-looking morning, but this too shall pass. It's going to be lovely. Iran is offering a commercial bonanza to U.S. companies. Yes, they're trying to entice President Donald Trump into a nuclear deal, pitching massive investment opportunities in oil, gas, mining, and critical minerals as indirect talks resume in Geneva. Two unnamed sources familiar with the negotiations said Tehran is floating the prospect of U.S. participation in its vast energy sector, aiming squarely at Trump's appetite for high-return deals. Would you invest in a country where at any given moment they might just decide to open fire on their own people because they're protesting in the street?
No,
Probably not. No.
absolutely not.
I don't think I'd want to
No,
be a part of that.
once again, you cannot trust Iran and the leadership in Iran right now.
Yeah.
You can't.
I-
Whether it's this, whether you have nukes, whatever it is,
Yeah.
you can't trust any of it.
I'd be interested in investing in that stuff if we could get the guys in charge out right now
right.
and replace them with some more moderate, non-Muslim based, theocratic rulers. If we could get somebody in there who's actually going to be agnostic in their ruling and freedom of religion and so on and so forth, then we might have something to talk about. But I could not imagine investing in an Islamic theocracy like Iran, where just the slightest bit of dissent is enough to get you hanged.
You don't need any of that in your life.
Well, no, I mean you're going to have people over there.
Yeah.
If you're going to have people over there, then you're going to have people who could be feasibly in trouble simply for mentioning the word Easter. I'm not kidding. That would get you in trouble. That would get you in serious trouble because they don't celebrate Easter there. I know it's hard to believe.
But, it would be nice if there was a regime where you could, have some of these opportunities when you talk about oil and gas and mining. And yes, Iran has, got all of these resources, but we can't. Not right now. I mean, we're in the middle of talking about you not having any nuclear weapons. We need to get past, we got to get over this hump first. And then if we can figure that out, we got to have some regime change there, and then we'll talk. Then we can talk about all these investment opportunities.
Sure, and this is where the funny business comes in because they're going to, over the heads of the negotiators, they're kind of speaking indirectly to Donald Trump, but they're speaking directly to American companies, going, "Wouldn't you guys like to be invested in all this? Look at this. We got all this oil. We got a big energy sector. There could be a big high reward for you guys. So why don't you go tell the president that he needs to cut a deal that involves us getting a nuclear weapon?" Nobody in their right mind thinks Iran should have a nuclear weapon. Nobody in their right mind would go to Brian Kohberger, let him out of jail, and hand him a knife. I mean, that's basically what you're looking at.
Yep.
That would be insane. This is the world's leading funder of terrorists' activity of the past 25, 30 years. And you think it'd be a good idea to give them a nuclear weapon? A group of people who are proud of the fact that they don't fear death because if they go up in, some massive Holocaust while they're taking out infidels, then they believe that they go to heaven and get 72 virgins.
Yeah.
How do you negotiate with people
That's
like that?
very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And we're looking at right now on our monitors the buildup of U.S. assets over there right now, and trying to figure out, are we going to be able to make a deal with Iran? Are we going to be able to talk them off of this whole nuclear hill that they are on right now? I don't know, but the assets that are over there, the U.S. assets that are over there, and militarily, we look like we're ready to rock and roll on them right now.
Yeah.
And Trump said again yesterday, it'd be about another, could be another 10 days. Well, he said that about a week ago. So are we a little closer than what he's actually saying? Because I don't think they're going to get them to come to the table and agree.
No.
I really don't feel good about that part of
Well,
it.
you got two things that you can count on right now, and that is A, the Olympics are over, and B, the State of the Union's behind us.
Mm-hmm.
So two things that were kind of important that needed to get done before this happened. Now, if you want to complicate things, Afghanistan and Pakistan are at war, and they're both right there on the border with Iran. Is that going to spill over? Do we need that? I mean, this is one where you just shake your head and go, I don't, what are we doing? What are we even doing over there?
Well, I just find it fascinating that Iran, their leadership is trying to talk to us about investment opportunities. I'm like, do you guys realize you're on the edge of having stuff blown up forever? that it's like, what planet are you on right now?
They're like
You need to be talking with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and figuring this out. Don't you worry about your investment opportunities. You may not have some of this stuff when all is said and done.
I saw the beginning of Captain America: The First Avenger, my favorite Marvel movie, by the way. Well, right after Deadpool 1 and 2. Steve Rogers just keeps getting back up again. I mean, he's getting beaten up by a bully in an alley, and he keeps getting back up again.
I can do this all day.
I can do this all day. This is essentially Iran. I mean, we'll knock them down, and then they'll still be like, but you'll pay next time, boy. We're going to get you good. You're like, you keep saying that. You have no infrastructure. We knocked out your power last time with the help of Israel, and we knocked out your bunkers, and you guys were basically in the dark, and every major city you have was smoking and smoldering. And you haven't even started to rebuild to the degree that you need to. And we're talking about hitting you again. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little bit of humility would go a long way at this point. Maybe
it's
a little
not there.
bit. No,
it's
they
not
don't.
there.
No, of course not.
It's almost like they're not dealing in reality.
Oh, it's not almost like they're not. They're not dealing in reality. The reality is this. I don't care what you think you're offering. You can't have a nuke. You can't have one. End of story. And we finally have a president who is going to back that up and not send pallets of cash over there or free up frozen assets for them like Obama and Biden did, respectively. Mm-hmm. I mean, that you've got a country that is the number one financer of terrorism globally, and your plan is to send them a pallet full of money?
What are you smoking?
Yeah.
We all said that when that pallet of money.
Hey, Bill Clinton
what are we
didn't inhale.
doing?
That's true. Bill Clinton did not
true.
inhale. Yeah. I swear.
I wonder if he'll mention that today during this testimony.
I doubt it.
I did not inhale. I did not have sex with that.
Uh-huh.
Right. Whatever, Bill.
I may have been in the hot tub with her, but
but nothing happened. Can't you just hear it? I mean, Bill, you've already been caught red-handed one time. It almost anything you say or do now. No one believes you.
Nobody buys it, mister. The other story that is making the rounds today is the FBI subpoena for phone records from both Susie Wiles and Kash Patel years before they became anything in the Trump administration. These were phone records in 22 and 23 from Kash Patel and Susie Wiles. Susie Wiles wasn't the White House chief of staff at that point.
No.
Kash Patel wasn't the FBI director. In fact, there was no certainty that either would be there, even if we knew for a fact Donald Trump was going to win, which we did not. Why in the world were they subpoenaing these phone records? The answer is simple. They were on a fishing expedition for what can we use against Donald Trump.
And it was a massive fishing expedition because you think of all the phone records that they got, including our own Senator Tommy Tuberville. And again, these are phone records from 2022 and 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Well before Donald Trump got into office. So why did you do this?
They were looking for anything that they could use to make him look bad. Who were they talking to? Who were they conversing with? They didn't have the content of the conversation, but they had the phone numbers and the dates and times of the call. So it becomes a question of, well, they're talking to this person an awful lot. Let's investigate that a little bit and find out who that person is and why they're talking to them so much. And little by little, you try to build a chain of, look at all these nefarious people that are involved. You don't want them anywhere near your White House, do you?
Well, and here's the other thing. You got the FBI that's spending all their time on things like this and not doing the things that you really needed to do as an agency.
Like finding the pipe bomber.
That would be good.
The RNC and DNC person
didn't do anything with that. You had the information, you just let it lie there.
Right.
And it took Donald Trump getting in office going, go find out who this is.
Yeah. Amazing to me.
It's terrible. I mean, it's terrible what's happened with the FBI and the CIA and these other government agencies that you're supposed to trust.
And we're 13 months into the Trump administration before we find this out. What else are we going to find out?
Oof.
What are we going to find out next, Because as near as I can tell, these people had no shame. They as Donald Trump
said, they became emboldened is what they did.
They bugged Trump Tower. They didn't bug it, obviously. They were surveilling Trump Tower and what was going on with their phones and what was going on with their emails. And, they lied about it. Barack Obama was in on that. He was in it up to his eyeballs. There's not a question about that. That has been decided. That has been determined. And it was announced by Pam Bondi a couple of months ago. And the media gave it a collective shrug.
Sure did.
Oh,
Well, because that's what they do.
It happens. You're like, it
Mhm.
happens.
No, it should never happen.
I mean, good Lord.
Sitting president involved in that. And you know, again, you go back, it makes Watergate look like,
Yeah,
a day on the
picnic.
playground.
It really was.
Gee.
I mean, what was going on there? What was going on with Russia collusion? It was phenomenal just how deep the rot went in both the Biden and the Obama administrations and in the Hillary Clinton campaign while you were at it. If the Democrat Party was smart, and they're not, if they were smart,
Thank God.
clean sweep, get rid of all of those, sweep them off the table. Anybody that had to do with that, start over again and go, guys, this time we're going to do it right. Let's actually do this on the up and up. I was thinking about this morning as I was driving in on wet roads. The fact that the Democrats were so mad after that State of the Union because they were exposed in front of God and everybody. They had to admit what they actually believe.
Uh-huh.
And
That's
they
what he
hate
did.
that.
Yes.
They hate that. They hate having to admit what they actually believe.
And they fell for the trap. That's why that's another reason why they're so mad. It was because the Republicans and Donald Trump, they set it up absolutely beautifully. And not only, the fact that they're sitting there, but you're right, it just calls them out. It's right there. Now Trump's got an ad with that in there.
He does.
He put that in there. I was like, run the heck out of that. Run that all the way through the midterms.
And you got the same thing with stopping children from getting transitioning therapy or getting transitioning medical services while they're minors, and again, the Democrats sit on their hands. And you go, you hate having to admit that. You watch the way some of these hearings go when they have a pro-trans person on the hot seat and they ask them these questions, and they will dance around it as much as they possibly can rather than saying, yes, I believe an 11-year-old should be transed if they decide they want to be trans. They won't say that out loud because they know how bad it sounds.
Yes.
And they hate that. So I look at the Democrat Party and I go, guys, you got to take these people that believe this crazy stuff and shove them off the side, marginalize them. Get your mainstream Democrats back in place, people who just believe in more government services, and more taxation. That's basically what the Democratic Party was all about. Collectivism, more government, more taxes, more government services. That's what Democrats believe. Go look at Finland, go look at Sweden, go look at Norway. This is what they have, okay? And get that nonsense about open borders off the table as well. You want to push for socialized medicine? Great, that's a fine Democratic talking point. Knock yourself out and then go out and really make the case for it. But as long as you continue to believe this wacky, weird, off-the-page stuff, and then you try to pretend that you don't and you hide it, Abigail Spanberger is a perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
There's a woman who ran as a moderate for the governor of Virginia, got into office. It was like literally
fooled ya.
hours before she started raising taxes.
She took the costume off. It was like, hands down, here's what you got. I fooled you. You voted for me, and I'm not what I said I was when I was running.
It's a pretty sad thing that you have to lie to people in order to get elected. And then when you get in office, you go off and run in the other direction. Then when you have to get reelected, you better run back and pretend like none of that stuff happened. And 8:49 with Dixon and Vining. Again, your thoughts are always welcome. 545-9950. Drop us a line, why don't you? Marty Balin, right?
It's a good yacht rock song.
You know, yeah, interestingly, I have made no bones of the fact that I do not care for the Jefferson Starship stuff that had Marty Balin and that group. This song, I have no problem with. I love this song.
Love
It's
this
very
song,
catchy.
yeah.
It's got a great hook to it, man. I remember listening to it on the radio when it was new and just
Well, don't admit that.
belting along at the top of my lungs.
Was it 1974?
Shut up.
A little later.
It's like,
than
I
that.
remember that song. I was spinning the tunes back then.
I was not spinning the tunes. I was not yet doing that. I was still about 6 years away. You want to hear the Jeff joke of the day?
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Jeff's back.
Finally.
All right.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Here we go. A new company is making parts out of spider webs. I'm sorry, let's try that again.
Yeah, let's.
A new- A new company is making pants out of spider webs. They look great, but the fly keeps getting stuck.
Pretty good, Jeff.
I like that one. Apparently, he sent us one yesterday, too.
And we missed it.
Missed it.
Sorry, Jeff.
Came in just before 8 a.m.
That's on us. By the way, the Marty Balin song was 1981.
1981.
It was a little older.
Okay.
You were close, though. Just a
one
few
down,
years
huh?
off from spinning the tunes.
Uh-huh. All right, here's yesterday's Jeff joke of the day.
Oh, we get it, too.
Mhm.
All right.
A mother's twins came up missing. She went to the police, and they said, "What are their names?" And she said, "Amal and Juan." "Do you have a picture?" said the officer. She handed him a picture of one son. It was Juan. He said, "What about the other son?" She said, "Well, if you've seen Juan, you've seen them all."
Pretty funny. I actually like yesterday's better than today's.
I would agree.
Thanks, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a double
Took
barrel.
a couple of days off.
Double
Got some pretty
barrel.
good jokes
Those
out
are-
of him. I like
those-
it.
Yeah, both of those are pretty solid, Jeff.
Maybe he needs more time off.
Maybe he wants a free
Just a little
lunch.
more- That might be it. I don't know.
He's working a
That's
little harder.
It's a great Ray Romano bit. He talked about having kids. He goes, you save money on pictures. You can just have the one picture. You go, you see that? That's I got another one at home just like it.
Save space in your wallet, huh?
Yeah, and you want your kids to be. If you're going to have twins, you got to make sure that they're good looking. Because boy,
Oh.
if you got one ugly kid and there's another one right behind him, you're like, oh, that's a lot of ugly right there. 8:56 with Dixon and Vining. The Kurt Russell movie had it right, says Grumpy Old Goat. Build a wall around New York and make them stay in what they voted for. I agree.
Yeah, you can't leave. Those of you that voted for Mom Donnie, don't you dare move.
I'm still fascinated by the breakdown of the vote in that native New Yorkers who have lived there 20 years or more did not vote for Mamdani. It was all people who have moved there within the last 10 years, most of them foreign born, who voted for him. And you go, wow, okay, so native New Yorkers were just horrified at the concept.
Mm-hmm.
And, young up-and-comers who were fresh and new in town, in New York 10 years. Yeah.
You're going to, you freshen new people that are
Yeah.
not Native Americans or Native New Yorkers, you're going to run that city into the ground.
Yep. And then what are you going to do? You're going to leave and run another city into the ground, most likely. That's how that tends to work. Let's see. Patrick says, I have solar chargers, but I also have an old stationary bike rigged up to an alternator for emergency charging. Alabama Power isn't going to stop me from listening to Dixon and Vining.
Oh, wow.
Patrick, have you heard of batteries? I'm just asking. It's a new thing.
Well, he's really prepared. I love that.
That is good. That's a
Mhm.
positive thing.
Yes.
I thought about getting a whole home generator at one point, but yesterday was the first time that I've lost power for any real length of time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, that's what always happens.
Yeah.
You'll end up getting the generator.
Sure.
It happened to me. I
Right.
had a small tornado come up through Shades Crest that hit the church. Y'all remember that years back?
Oh,
It
yeah.
was like a 1 or,
Oh, yeah.
but it did significant damage, and I was without power for like a week. And I was like, I'm going to get a generator. Got a generator.
never used it until you moved out, right?
Every Saturday morning, that thing would come on, the little test it does.
Right. Yeah.
They're running. And then, nothing. Never used it again. But it was there just in case.
It is a
You just have to
fascinating
figure it
concept.
out.
If you live in a place where where the power goes out a lot, getting one of those that runs off of natural gas, right?
Yeah.
And it automatically clicks on when the power goes off. And the interruption to your home is so slight And it powers everything. It powers the freezer, the refrigerator.
Well,
No.
it can, and you can get different, wattage, and
Yeah.
you can just do partial part of
Right.
the house, like the refrigerator, a couple lights, and maybe the TV, or you can do a whole house generator. But not only do you have to buy the generator, but then you have to have the person that can hook up the gas to it,
Mhm.
and there's an electric component to it as well. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit pricey,
It
but
is indeed.
it does give you peace of mind that I never have to worry in the winter or in the summer when you get bad weather that you're going to be without.
I'm going to need another outage of this kind to make it worthwhile. For
Well,
me,
and again, as soon as you get it,
Yeah.
you won't have another issue,
which is
Richard.
why I'm not going to get it.
It's like, when your car starts making this horrible noise and you
Right.
take it to the mechanic and it's perfectly fine when you get it to the mechanic. It's the same thing. You know it. You know that's going to happen.
Yeah, probably right. It was making this chunka.
And
Well,
here I
where-
am,
where
and
was
it's
it
not
coming?
chunking anymore.
I'm not. Yeah, as soon as you're there,
He's like,
it's
"What's
just
the matter? It's purring like a kitten.
And
What's your problem?"
The car is like, I'll show her. I'm going to stop making the noise as soon as she pulls into the garage. It's going to be great.
It's so true.
Yeah. You got Chris over at Green Garage. Make the noise again.
Chris is like,
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk,
"Listen, Val, I've been telling you, nothing's wrong with your car. Could you leave, please?" Speaking of Chris, you need to get back on with us.
You get 2 blocks away.
Where is he been?
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Mm-hmm.
Busy, I'm sure, fixing cars. 9 o'clock, Dixon and Vining Talk 99.5. Stick around.